In this video, we're going to do the 90% market watch across the boards. We're going to go into the bullion dealers to see who has what at what prices. I also got a little bit of story out of the coin shop, and we got another bankruptcy to cover. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 3,200 subscribers by the end of September. I don't know if we're going to make that goal, but we're going to sure heck try to. So if you're not yet subscribed, please do so. It's absolutely free to subscribe. And I thank you for all the ones who have already subscribed to me. You guys have been a pleasure to deal with. And I just love doing this. And if you're not reached out to yet, Ron's Basement yet, you're not subscribed to him, after the video, please go see him too. Subscribe to him and let him know Coin Shop Chris sent you. We're trying to work together and build these two channels up. Thank you for that. Let's just get into the video right now. I took these prices at 12:36 p.m. on 9/21. Okay, this is where we're at. These are all the same prices. These are all ACH prices. That means coming from directly from your bank account. So that is what I did for you. First, I like to talk about what these dimes, quarters, and halves melt for. Dimes are currently melting for $2.26 as recording of this video. Quarters are melting for $5.56, and your half dollars are melting for $11.30 each. That is your prices on that. On bullion exchanges, everything was out once again. And when I say H, that means I'm talking about the halves. I'm talking about the Franklins. The Q stands for quarters. I'm talking about Washington silver quarters. And the D stands for the dimes, of course. And I'm talking about the Roosevelt silver dimes only. I'm only focusing on these three in these videos, so we can keep an eye on what's really going on out in the marketplace. Now, without further ado, we're going to go into no particular order I took these in. We're going to go to Money Metals first. They had a mix on the halves. That means you could get any mix of halves, $10 face, for $251.50. The quarters were just Washington silver quarters outright, $10 face for $244.40. The dimes were also a mix. They were advertising for $122.90 for $5 face. Let's take a look at our friends at Hero Bullion. The half dollars are $243.60 for $10 face. Quarters were the same price, $243.60 for $10 face. And the Roosevelt silver dimes was $180. Yeah, $180. $121.80 for $5 face. That is your price at Hero Bullion this week. Let's go to SD Bullion this time. Your half dollars are going for there, $252.70 for $10 face. Your quarters are going for $249.12 for $10 face. And your Roosevelt silver dimes are going for $133.50 for $5 face. Let's take a look at JM Bullion. They had some high prices, I thought. Half dollars were $287.10 a roll for $10 face. Silver quarters were $272.80 for $10 face. And their Roosevelt silver dimes was $147 even. That's JM Bullion for you guys. Just to let you guys know, that is, I think there's a little bit of high price. Let me back the camera up. Let me zoom in the camera a little bit more for you. And the price is what the price is, and, you know, I think they have a high price. But ATMEX kind of had a pretty good sale going on at their half dollars were kind of reasonable at $242.24 for $10 face. Quarters were $247.25 for $10 face. And their Roosevelt silver dimes was $130.06 for $5 face. Let's take a look at our friends at Pinbacks. Half dollars for the Franklins were $243.70. Quarters were $243.40. And their $5 face for Roosevelt dimes, they finally had them back in stock, was $121.70. But Money Metals wins across the board, I do believe. Their Franklins were $237.95. Their quarters were $239.38. And their silver dimes were $119.69 at Monument Metals. So there is your best price. Yes, I know you can. Some of you guys can get this stuff at your local coin shops. I get that. I get this. Some other coin dealers that have YouTube channels are selling it at dollar over milk. I get all that. If that's where you want to go and get it from them. I don't care where you buy it from. All right, I just don't advertise them because they really have their own YouTube channel. They have their own thing to do, and I'm not trying to infringe on them whatsoever. I know who you guys are talking about. I see it in the comments. I don't have anything against that coin shop whatsoever. All right, you guys see it in the comments too. I'm not going to mention their name. Like I said, I have nothing against that business whatsoever. I've never done business with that business. So therefore, I got no complaints against them. So yes, if you can find it cheaper elsewhere, by all means. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I don't care where you buy it from. I don't care if you want to spend more money and buy it from JM Bowling at the higher prices. That's your choice. I'm just showing you what's is available out there. This is why I do my weekly reports every single Saturday for you folks, to see what's really going out in the marketplace. Now, what happened at the coin shop today? We'll get into that. A little bit of gold went out the door today. We had about 8-9 different people come in buy 1 ounce of gold. That was a little surprising. And it was almost like it was back to back, just almost. Not quite back to back, but I had like 4 people come in back to back and got them. Then a few more people about an hour later got more gold too. Gold's going up. That's what it looks like. People are getting a little bit nervous out there. Silver sales are still kind of strong, but kind of backed off. Yes, we're still seeing some selling out there too. While I was there today, I did not see any selling today. It was buying, but it was buying in smaller amounts. And when it really comes to the junk silver, people are buying $3, $4, $5 at a time. They're not going to $10 full dollar rolls on their quarters or the halves. People just don't have the money. The ones that do have a little bit of money are being cautious right now. Don't take this as financial advice, please. I do see we can see a pullback in October, early October. I think we're going to see one more big pullback, and I don't know how much big that's going to be. That's just the history of years past what has happened. But this time, it could be different. We got the BRICS coming up. We got the election coming up. We just had interest rates just cut. There's a lot more going into this year. So, what normal times have come to be, of course, we're not in normal times for now. But really, for what's going on now, we might not see that pullback that I'm thinking that we might see. So, I can't advise you or tell you what to do by any step or reason for myself. And really, it's 50-50 chance. Really, are we going to see that little bit pullback in metals? But I do believe once we get back to $32.50, $33 silver, there's not a lot of charting above that. Yeah, we've hit it a couple times to $50 here. There's not a lot of charting above where we're at right now. Just keep that in mind, especially in silver. Gold's going off the records. We got no charting above where we are now. So keep this in mind as you're out there stacking precious metals. Yes, the prices can fall, but the prices can also rise. I can't tell you for sure which way it's going to go. And one last note I want to make is another major company has been in business, Tupperware, out of Massachusetts. They were founded in 1946 in Massachusetts by Earl Tupper. And, the females used to have the Tupperware parties back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I remember my mother doing it back in the 80s. Tupperware is going away, folks. How good is it really out there if Tupperware can't stay in business? Yeah, they're trying to blame it on these, copycat ones. If you have a good business and kept your prices competitive, maybe people will still buy your product too. People are not going to pay top dollar when they can get almost the same thing for a little bit cheaper product. I remember my mother using Tupperware when I was a kid. I might still have a few pieces around the house. My grandmother might have a few pieces around the house still. But really, it's really too bad. All these American companies, are just going away one by one because they can't survive out there. It's just things to keep in mind. Keep stacking. If you guys have questions, you ladies have questions, please reach out to me by my email. I will get back to you. I'm happy to help you free of charge, but if you would like to donate a little something, you can always donate through a super thanks in any video or PayPal me, and that will be in the description, the PayPal link and it's also on my homepage for easier access for you all. And I wanted to thank Shelly for the PayPal donation I got this past week. Thank you, Shelly. That was really a nice PayPal donation. I thank you for that. So on that note, I'm going to end it here. Like I said, if you folks have any questions, please reach out. On that note, Coin Shop Chris is now out.